morning everybody. We are about to start session 1 of the next set of exercises. We're still in the preparatory stage phase. I've just changed it to stability and endurance phase, which is pretty much what we're doing. So we're just going to get on the floor and we'll just do a little bit of foam rolling of the just under the calf. So place the foam roller just below the belly of the calf and we'll just move the feet from side to side, just getting a little bit of warmth, a little bit of heat into that area. Just rolling from side to side. And then once there's a bit of heat there and you can feel that, we can then actually foam roll the calves themselves, just rolling up and down. If anyone has done a race at the weekend, there was the Conway Half Marathon, there was the Penfell. So if anyone did do any of those, then just, do the mobility warm-up part and just take it easy on the actual core if you're insistent on coming and being here. Swap legs. Personally, I'd maybe rest on that score. But it is the core and not the legs. And keeping moving today is a good thing. Okay, from there we're just going to do the adductors. So put the foam roller so it is parallel to the body, and then the knee onto the foam roller, perpendicular to the body, to the foam roller. Just rolling back and forth from the knee to the mid-thigh, and if you find any spicy parts there, you can stop and just lift the heel 5 to 10 times. My adductors this morning seem to be okay. That's quite nice. Okay, and then swap sides. Same on that side. So just foam rolling. We had quite a spicy bit here the other day. That seems to have dissipated, which is good. Helped by the foam rolling. So lift the heel if you do find a little spicy bit. And then we are going to get on with the warm-up. Okay. Not pressed watch start. Right, we're going to stay seated actually and do happy hips. So I will do it from this angle. Feet wider than hip width apart, and we're just going to drop the knee down to the centre line. So making sure that it is down the centre and not over the centre or behind the centre. Both knees, trying to get both knees to the floor at this point. Don't worry if you can't, just do what your body can allow you to do. So if you can't, that's fine. Just notice that. Okay, and then we're just going to get the back on the floor as well. Hands above the head, and as we drop the knee to the floor, we're going to roll onto our side. So this time the knee doesn't have to go to the floor. Try and keep it at hip height. And then roll back to centre and then to the other side. And we'll just do that a few times. 2. Rocking both sides. 3. 4. And then final time on both sides. 5. This time, when we go on to the other side, you're going to just reach. So reaching forward from the shoulders. You might feel this in the lower back, in the SI joint a little bit more. Just reaching. Just do a few of these, 3 on each side, that's all. Okay. Nice one. Whilst we're lying down here, we will just do a glute bridge just to activate those glutes for the session. So feet up by the back side. We're just going to check out those hips, those hip bones. So if you arch in your back and you've got a gap between your back and the floor, those hips are pointing at them. They feel a bit pointy. Just have a feel of those. And then if you draw the belly button down towards the spine and flatten those hips out, this is where they're flat. And you have no space between the back. So we'll just go through that a few times. So arching, and then drawing that belly button in, so you're feeling spiky or pointy hips and then flat hips. So when they're back to your flat hips, keep them in that position. We're going to dig the heels in, we're going to try and draw the knees almost together but not quite. All right, and then lift up. So dig those heels in. You should really feel the glutes engaging in this exercise. Trying to draw those knees together, but don't let them touch. And then just squeeze the feet down, the heels into the floor. And we'll hold it there for 3, 2, and lower. Relax. We're going to do 2 more of those, okay? So really pushing the heels in. You'll feel the adductors engaging. You'll feel the glutes engaging. All right, so dig the heels in, push up. Try and draw those knees together as if there is a magnet trying to retract, to expel them. So they're trying to push them apart, but you're trying to pull them in. Push the heels in. Again, we'll hold that for 3, 2, and 1. Back down, and we're going to do the same one more time. So make sure you've got the flat hips, neutral spine, and then we're going to dig the heels in, push the bottom up off the floor, trying to draw the knees together, dig the heels in, feel the glutes engaging, feel the adductors engaging. 3, 2, and release. We can roll up. In fact, we're going to roll back down. Sorry, I've rolled everyone up. We will roll back down. Keep the knees together and just sort of rock from side to side a little bit, giving the old back a little bit of a break there. Okay, we'll get the knees down and we're going to put the knees on your side. So hands together on your side, knees on top of one another on your side, and then we're just going to open up the books. So hand as far down to the floor on the other side as it can go. 2. So don't worry if you can't touch the floor, that's fine. 3, 4, and final one. 5. Okay, and then we're going to go to the other side. So switch around. Knees on top of each other, hands on top of each other, shoulders stacked, hips stacked. Try again on this side. So opening up the book and then closing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, looking at the time, we are about ready to start, I think. My watch has turned itself off. Okay, we are going to get started on the actual session today. So we've warmed up the lower back, we've engaged the glutes, so we should be ready. The first one we're going to do is the Swiss ball rollout, and we're going to use the Swiss ball like so. We're going to put our heels on those. So you can either be on your knees or your feet, so try it on both. We'll give you a little bit of time to have a go at this. Putting your elbows onto the ball, and we're just literally going to roll out into that plank position and then roll back. So making sure that you've gotten into a good position and then rolling back. So this is definitely stability, trying to keep all those little muscles engaged so that you don't fall over. So have a little go at that with on your knees or on your feet, see which one is for you. So on your knees, getting into that nice straight line from the shoulders through to the knees. Okay, hopefully you have decided what you're going to do. Get my phone in the right position. We're going to go in 5 seconds. So for the exercises, we are doing 3 sets of 30 seconds. Let's go. With only a 15-second break in between and then a 30-second break at the end of the sets. So we're starting with 3 sets of 30. If this is your first session today, then you might want to just do 2 sets, which is where we started 4 weeks ago. And rest there, 15 seconds, and we're going to do that 2 more times. So obviously you could do this with the wheel. If you have a wheel, it's a little bit more difficult, more strain on the body. Let's go. You still have that stability issue, obviously. I hope I said go then. I think I did. So you might want to just hold it in that plank position for a few seconds. If you don't have a ball, then you can do these as just the walking out the inchworm and stop there, which we have done in the past. So the inchworm is just walking the hands out into that plank position, and then you can just walk back. Okay, are we ready? Last one, let's go. With any of the exercises today where we're using just one side first, we're going to do 15 seconds of each side. So half. Two, and rest there. Well done, very good. Put that to one side, we don't need it at the moment. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is dead bugs, but with the swim cords in the door at around kind of just above knee height really. Oh, I have to be quick to do this. I have 9 seconds. Right, so having a little bit longer rest just to make sure everyone is doing what we're doing. So the reason we're using these is just to give a little bit more tension. So you get into this position, you're holding that swim cord at a resistance that is comfortable for you. Make sure your lower back is on the floor, and then you're just going to hold it there, but your legs are going to do the dead bug. Okay, so the legs go out as low as is comfortable for you. So that is the exercise. Are we ready? Hopefully we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So have as much resistance that is required. Yeah, so you get in that tension in the stomach muscles, just holding it there. If that's enough for you, your legs can just stay as they are. And not move. 2, 1, and rest. Feel that? Waiting for the timer to go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. So get the resistance first, and then the legs can move. So remember, you don't have to go all the way down to the floor if that's too much. Just straighten your legs, keep the knees where they are if need be. Feel it's really working. And rest. Make sure that you do not form a gap between your back and the floor. So remember those flat hips, that's what you need. Draw the belly button towards the spine. 3, 2, 1, last set, let's go. And you have to keep it there, so making sure that your back doesn't lift off the floor at any point. And rest. Oh, 30 seconds rest now. Okay, and then we'll come back to that one. So we'll do glute bridge unilateral. So we're using the glutes this time rather than the stomach muscles. So we're going to stay as we were in that glute position in the warm up. We're going to be in that one, but we're going to bring the foot in line with the other knee, opposite knee, and we're going to lift and lower 15 seconds on each side. Are we ready? Let's go. Lift and lower. Keeping the foot in line with the opposite knee. Ready to swap sides now? So we're going to do 15 seconds on each side for today, 3 times. And rest. So whilst you're doing the glute bridge unilateral, make sure that your heels are digging into the ground. That will engage the glutes. We're going at 3, 2, 1, let's go. Dig the heels in. The closer your heels are to your backside, the more your glutes will be used. The further away you are, the more the hamstrings will be used. Oh, swap sides, sorry, totally forgot. Keep going on this side. We'll have more rest after. Sorry about that. Okay, rest there. We did more on the other side then. Right. Are we ready? We go 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So back. 3rd set now. I'll keep an eye on the timer this time. Dig those heels in. Ready to swap now. So your hands, you know, they're on the floor. They could be out wide. And rest. Try not to put any pressure on them, obviously. Right, rest there. Okay, we've got the... We're going to come back to the swim cords there. Right, we're going to do the straight leg sit-up. So you're going to have one leg on the floor, one leg up like this. And you're going to sit up to it, and then you're going to swap sides. Like that. So it's a mini crunch. And I don't do crunches very often. You ready? Let's go. So we're going to swap sides. So you're almost crunching up towards the ceiling rather than to the foot. So swap sides. And rest there. Feel my stomach muscles working hard here. Right, we're going in at 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So one leg up, the other down. And you're reaching up towards the ceiling really with your hands. And rest. We have one more of those. So we're alternating those legs each time. We're going to get to do bird dog next. Ready? Let's go. Get off our backs. So if you're finding the one-legged V-sit too easy, you can always use both legs. It's a little bit more work needed for that one. And rest there. Right, okay. We're going to get doing the bird dog now. Move my mat back a little bit, I'm creeping forwards. So with the bird dog, you are in a plank position and you are lifting alternate arms to alternate leg. It is quite hard and tricky, so you can regress into all fours like this and doing the Superman where you're lifting the arm and the leg like so. Okay, let's go. That was our cue. If the both arm and leg in the Superman position is still too tricky, so if you're on all fours, then start off with sliding the foot back and lifting the arms. I'll show you that in the recovery. Okay, so if the Superman is too much for you, then regress by sliding the foot out and lifting the arm. Back, slide and lift. Are we ready? Set number 2, let's go. So this requires a lot of balance, stability, and it might be that first of all, it's too tricky, so just lift one arm and then lift one leg, rather than both at the same time. And recover. Finally, can take my top off. One more set of those. So there's a lot of differentiation that we can do with this exercise. Let's go. But work at your level. Don't feel you have to go for that one that I'm doing or one that I've mentioned, because you need to look at where you're at now and then the progress that you're going to make. And rest. So remembering that I've been doing this for over 2 years, 3 times a week for the last 2 years. So, you know, if this is your first week, don't think, I'm never going to get there. You'll get there. Right, we're going to do the supine plank, which is on your back, your elbows, and you're going to lift your hips off the floor. So your feet, you're on your heels. I'm just going to hold it there. Ready? Let's go. We're going to hold it in that position. So your hands on the floor, hips up, but in a nice straight line from your shoulders through to your hips, through to your heels. And just hold it there. If you need to rest, rest. This is one that we haven't done before at all, ever. And recover. If you feel that you need to be on a bench so that you are elevated, that's fine, do that. Or on a step. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hold it in that position. So the weight's on your elbows and your heels. Your hands are just balancing you. Head can be looking up to the ceiling. Hold on, nearly there. And rest. Feel it in the neck, working hard. Okay, we've got one more set of those. What time is it? Okay, let's go. Last one. I was just checking the time because obviously I didn't start my timer on my watch. So we've got 7 minutes, which is great. We've got 2 exercises left to do if we can fit them in, or 2.5. Nearly there. Keep it going. 2 and rest. Oof. Feel that in my arms. Okay, we are going to go to the anti-rotational press out because we've got the swim cords. Now we have used these before like this, and it's just a progression. So we're going to keep it in, keep that tension, and we're going to bring it in and out, but we have to keep that tension and the cords in the midline. Let's go. So holding it, bring it into chest, and then pushing out, and you need to try and keep it central. So the resistance, that it's pulling you into the wall and you are stopping it. Both hands and both paddles or handles, if you can. And rest there. If that was too easy, then move away, yeah? We have to do the other side. I forgot to do 15 and 15, so we'll do 30, 30, both sides. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And then we'll do 15 and 15 on the last set. Should have been 15 on each. Keep those hands central on the midline. Feel the resistance. If there's not enough resistance, move away from the ankle point. And rest there. Right, so we've got one more set. And we're going to do it 15 on one side, 15 on the other. I'll remember, promise. Going in 5 seconds. 2, 1, let's go. So hold it. Get ready to swap sides immediately. Now, let's go. Feel the force. And rest. Thank goodness for that. Right, 3 minutes. We will do one set of hip hikes, but only one set because it's on 57. So the hip hikes, we are in this position, and we're literally just going to bring our feet up to the ceiling. So we're going to cross the legs if you like, and we're just going to lift the hips off the floor and point to the ceiling. Are we ready? Let's go. We're just going to do the one. So your hands can be on the floor next to your body. Your hands can be under your backside. They can be out, whichever is easiest to you, or best. You try not to push down on your hands, although I can feel myself doing so. It's trying to lift the hips off the floor without any momentum. And stop there. Okie dokie, well done. Let's turn around onto our stomachs and just get into that Sphinx pose, stretching the front of the body. Relax the feet on the floor, push the hands into the ground. You can then push your feet into the ground. Chin up, looking straight ahead. Feel that stretch. It's a very nice stretch in the stomach. 3, 2, and all lower. Bend the knees. You can stretch out into that puppy pose, forehead to the ground. Take 2 deep breaths here. So into the lungs. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Stretch a little bit further if you can. Okay, and then let's sit down onto the feet. So we're in a child's pose. Hands out forwards in front of you. And then you can bring the hands down by the side of the body and just let the shoulders drop to the floor. Okie dokie. And then we will tuck those toes under and we will just hang in that ragdoll pose. So slightly bend the legs, grab hold of the elbows, relax the neck, just feel that stretch or that tension around
the backside, the lower back. Sway from side to side. That's good, that's good. Okay, and then relax those hands, and we're just going to roll up. So I'm stretching, stacking the vertebrae one at a time there. Bend the knees, legs up, hands up to the ceiling, deep breath in, and release. Well done, everybody. First session. Like I said, I will mix and match those exercises. There are 13 in the actual list, but we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a little bit of an 8th exercise there. So we'll be doing that each time. Nice to see you all. See you on Wednesday. Bye.